Take a look.
With the Aberration only coming out 2 weeks ago, we already have our first delay for Extinction. For now, it's not a delay to the actual map, but it's only a delay to Bob's Tall Tales Part 3. Wildcard revealed today that Bob's Tall Tales Part 3 will be releasing Q1 2025. As of right now, the only delay is to the actual Bob's Tall Tales Part 3 DLC, not the map itself. However, I have a hard time believing that Extinction is going to come out in the last quarter of 2024. Personally, I think if anything's coming out in 2024, it'll be Ragnarok as opposed to Extinction. Before we get too far into this, just a reminder that if you enjoy what you're hearing, or you like these style of videos, hit that subscribe button. It really lets me know that you guys enjoy it. You'll have to forgive me for my voice right now. I'm sick and I sound like nails on a chalkboard right now. With that out of the way, let's get into some more details. First is the delay to Bob's Tall Tales Part 3. This is said to be a Mad Max themed Wastelander theme that should fit relatively well with the actual story of Extinction. Extinction is set on Earth many years after the fall of humanity due to element. So the idea of having a wasteland or survivors being that Mad Max style really makes sense. However, with the introduction of ATV or wasteland themed vehicles, brings me back to when they had vehicles in ASA. These vehicles were choppy, didn't control very well, and were almost impossible to drive. So I hope they're able to fix this formula or have a new mechanic system in place so that it doesn't feel as terrible. One big issue I see is that this delay was only announced for Bob's Tall Tales Part 3, not necessarily the Extinction map itself. If Extinction isn't delayed and it does come out in October, we could be waiting up to 4 or 5 months just for the new DLC package. This is an issue because a lot of players' reasoning for buying Aberration in the first place was due to Bob's Tall Tales Part 2, which added a ton of new cool features that is definitely worth the price of Bob's Tall Tales. Personally, I would prefer if they delayed Extinction farther so that Bob's Tall Tales Part 3 could come out with the DLC. That way, the added content makes it feel like a new experience for the average art player rather than just playing the same map again with the same challenges and mechanics as the new version. Having said that, when you look at the state of ASA's current player status compared to ASE's current player status, you can see ASE is actually doing better than ASA. Now, some of this, as pointed out to me in the last video, is because ASA is a newer game with fewer maps. However, ASA currently, with the exception of Aberration, hasn't changed all that much to ASE. Now, when your computer can handle it, the graphics are noticeably different and very well done. However, most people's PCs are unable to handle the drastic performance upgrades and the GPU that is required to run this game properly. Now I want to get into why I think this is a bad idea. I think to release Extinction without Bob's Tall Tales Part 3 is a terrible idea. This being that Extinction runs incredibly hard on ASE compared to most of the other maps due to the mass size of it. Now when you consider that ASA already runs a lot harder than ASE, how will even mid to high grade computers be able to handle ASA? This is, however, before the performance upgrade that was promised when Aberration came out, which is slated to come out sometime soon. Extinction also comes with a caveat that the new creatures implemented with Extinction are some of the best that Ark has to offer. Having said all this, my conclusion is pretty simple. Do not release Extinction without Bob's Tall Tales. Theme Pokemon really does make Aberration feel like a whole new map, so if you're looking to obtain the same kind of energy through Extinction, you really need to release this DLC at the same time. Players don't want to wait months at a time for new content to a map that already existed that's probably going to run far better on ASE. And to my knowledge, at this time, there has been no information given about new creatures to this map. I could be wrong. I may not just have been able to find it. Most people even didn't buy Scorch Earth because of the Oasis Sword and the Fasalasukis, because they didn't see it as worth enough. That's all for this one. It's a rather short one. As always, let me know what you think. If you agree, disagree, roast my voice in the comments if you really feel so inclined. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully Extinction does well.